Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're embarking on, well, an extraordinary journey. More than 3 millennia of Jewish history. Our mission. To sort of distill this vast narrative into its most impactful moments. Maybe uncover some surprising insights and leave you with a clearer understanding. It's one of civilization's most enduring stories. We'll be pulling from excerpts from a short history of the Jewish people. Okay, let's dive in.
Yeah, and it's striking how this history isn't just about one people, is it? It's really a profound lens for understanding, human civilization itself, seeing how global shifts happen and how a people endures through them.
Absolutely. Our story traditionally kicks off around 2000 BCE with figures known as the biblical patriarchs. You've got Abraham, revered as the father of the Jewish people, laying that initial foundation. Then his descendants, Isaac, Jacob, who is also known as Israel, and the 12 tribes. They really form the beginning of the Israelite nation. From these roots, we move into a really dramatic foundational period, generations of enslavement in Egypt. But as the tradition recounts, a pivotal moment arrived with the Exodus, led by Moses freeing them from bondage. And it was during this escape that they're said to have received the Torah, including those foundational 10 Commandments, on Mount Sinai.
And what's truly remarkable here, I think, is that this period didn't just define the Jewish people themselves, it laid the ethical and spiritual groundwork for monotheism, fundamentally shaping the core beliefs of Christianity and Islam, for millennia after.
That's a great point. So free from Egypt, the Israelites faced this huge task of establishing a homeland. Their journey led them to Canaan. They started to settle, transforming from, nomadic tribes into a more unified kingdom under figures like Saul, David, and Solomon, legendary figures. And as their presence in Canaan solidified, one city really began to emerge as the undeniable spiritual heart, Jerusalem. This is where King Solomon famously built the first temple, made it the central point for Jewish worship, for identity. But this sacred building wouldn't last forever. It eventually fell to the Babylonians under Nebuchadnezzar II, which led to the first major exile in Babylon, a devastating blow.
Yeah, huge.
Yet from this loss came this, astonishing resilience. Under Persian rule, many Jews actually returned to Jerusalem, and they embarked on the massive task of rebuilding, culminating in the Second Temple. What's so compelling about this era, I think, is how Jewish religious life just persisted, even under Persians, Greeks, Romans, a whole succession of foreign powers. And during this Second Temple period, different interpretations of Jewish practice gave rise to distinct sects.
It's really remarkable to consider how these communities, despite being under foreign rule and having these internal disagreements, how they managed not only to preserve their core identity, but also continuously adapt their religious life. That's fascinating. You had the Pharisees championing the oral law, the synagogue.
Right.
The Sadducees, more aristocratic, tied to temple rituals. The Essenes, sort of more ascetic, living apart. And then the Zealots, fiercely resisting Roman rule. Each had a unique vision.
That internal diversity is key. But that tension with Roman rule, it eventually reached a tragic breaking point. A major Jewish revolt led directly to the destruction of the Second Temple by the Romans in 70 CE. And this event wasn't just another conquest. It marked the beginning of the widespread diaspora, the scattering of Jews, really, across the entire known world.
A profound shift.
Absolutely. So, with the temple gone, their homeland under occupation, Jewish communities began to spread out, Middle East, North Africa, Europe. This was a really complex period, often paradoxical, actually. On one hand, fraught with challenges. Persecution, virulent anti-Semitism. We're talking the Crusades, forced conversions being confined to ghettos, mass expulsions, too, like from England in 1290, and famously Spain in 1492. Really tough times. But then on the other hand, amidst all that adversity, you see these astonishing periods of flourishing, like the golden age of Jewish culture in Spain, 10th to 12th centuries, just incredible intellectual and artistic exchange.
Right, and what's truly fascinating there is how these dispersed communities didn't just, survive, they innovated. They developed these vibrant cultural, intellectual, religious lives, often channeling the very challenges, the discrimination, into a catalyst for creativity. It speaks to an incredible capacity for adaptation, for preserving identity against just immense odds. It's quite something.
It really is. So as we move into the modern era, the narrative shifts again. It's this paradoxical mix of integration and renewed anti-Semitism. The 18th and 19th centuries saw Jews and parts of Europe gaining civil rights, more integration into society, but this progress was often met with new waves of prejudice, particularly in Eastern Europe.
A real backlash sometimes.
Exactly. And this volatile environment led to significant migrations. Critically, it also led to the emergence of a powerful new political vision. These violent, often state-sanctioned attacks, the pogroms, swept through Russia and Eastern Europe late 19th, early 20th centuries. Brutal stuff. It forced many Jews to seek refuge elsewhere. Huge waves went to the United States and significantly to Palestine. And it's really from this crucible, this persecution and yearning, that we see the powerful rise of Zionism. Founded in 1897, figures like Theodor Herzl, Zionism emerged not just as political ideology, but a cultural movement, advocating for the return of Jews to their ancestral homeland, the reestablishment of a Jewish state. It was a profound historical response, wasn't it?
Absolutely. A response to centuries of displacement and danger.
Which brings us, inevitably, to one of the darkest chapters in all of human history, the Holocaust. From 1939 to 1945, during World War II, Nazi Germany systematically murdered 6 million Jews. A genocide of, well, unprecedented scale and horrific methodical cruelty.
The sheer scale and the cold, calculated nature of the Holocaust, it really underscores the devastating potential of unchecked hatred. It's a chilling reminder of what can happen when prejudice escalates like that.
Right.
Hard to even comprehend.
It truly is. And from the ashes of this immense tragedy, a new nation emerged. Following the Holocaust and the British withdrawal from Palestine, the State of Israel was established in 1948. It offered a crucial homeland for Jews worldwide. But we should note impartially, its creation also initiated a very complex, protracted conflict with Palestinian Arabs and neighboring states. That's a multifaceted issue that continues to unfold today.
A complex legacy, certainly.
So, where does this leave us? What does this extraordinary, complex history mean for Jewish life today? Well, today, Jews live globally. Vibrant, diverse communities in Israel, the US, Europe, other regions. Modern Jewish life is incredibly varied. It spans this wide spectrum of religious, cultural, secular traditions. It's not monolithic at all.
Which raises a crucial question, I think. After such an immense, varied history, what are the enduring legacies, the contributions of the Jewish people that resonate beyond their own communities?
Yeah, good question. The sources highlight several profound contributions. I mean, think about the very foundations of monotheism, hugely influential in Christianity and Islam, shaping spiritual lives for billions.
Can't overstate that one.
Right. Then there's the development of these rich religious texts like the Torah and the Talmud, not just sacred, but real intellectual pillars. Beyond that, significant contributions spanning philosophy, science, literature, pivotal roles in civil rights movements, and perhaps most powerfully, their enduring resilience. Their sheer capacity to adapt, preserve, renew their identity through centuries of exile, persecution. It's a singular lesson in the human spirit, isn't it?
Absolutely. That resilience is astounding.
So from ancient patriarchs building temples, enduring millennia of diaspora, establishing a modern state, the history of the Jewish people is just this testament to extraordinary endurance and profound influence. We've only scratched the surface today, of course, but hopefully you now have a clearer sense of this incredible journey.
It's truly fascinating. The historical record shows not just, a straight line, but this continuous story. Adaptation, relentless preservation of identity against all odds. And these significant contributions that just reverberate across cultures and centuries, still shaping the world we know.
Definitely. And as you reflect on this deep dive, maybe consider how those themes we've touched on, resilience, the search for a homeland, the complex dance between identity and global events, how they continue to echo in so many communities, so many conflicts around the world today. It really offers a powerful lens, doesn't it? A way to view current events and maybe understand the enduring human spirit a little better.